Hello guys, this is Thrillin' Podcast. We're here with Tom Gibbs, the voice actor for Shikamaru Nara, which is pretty cool, and Gio, of course, my co-host. And yeah, we can start. Gio, go ahead and ask the first question.
Uh, do I say the numbers like number one?
No, you could just say it, it's fine.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, yeah.
Who did you originally audition for?
When I first went into audition, it was like they were calling in just about every voice actor in town.
Yeah.
And so in the lobby, they had all these sides. And they said, look over the sides and pick 3 and then come back and audition.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked Naruto, Choji, and Shikamaru. And I went in and I did one. They were, oh, that's great. And then did the other. And then, oh, okay. And then did the third one. And then they said, okay, thank you very much. We'll let you know if we're, interested. They kind of gave me the rundown on what the show was and when they'd be recording and stuff. And then I didn't hear anything for a little while. And then I got a call that said, hey, we'd like to have you, come in and record for Shikamaru. And I was like, which character was that again? And then they played back what I did in the audition. And then when I went in for the first record. And then we kind of talked about the character and what he's like. And I don't know if you remember, but in those first few episodes, I didn't have much to do at all.
Yeah.
It was like in the school, it was really kind of establishing Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura.
Yeah.
And so I think I was in episode 3, and then I didn't come back again for several episodes.
Like tuning exams, right?
What was that?
Like the tuning exams, right? That's like where you mainly came out?
No, we did some stuff before the tuning exams, but yeah, that's when it really got going. But it was such a long time that I thought, oh, maybe they cast somebody else, or they like me, or maybe this character isn't in it that much or something. And then from that point on, I was in almost, I would say probably 60% of the episodes, 70 maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So yeah.
Man. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, I do acting a little bit, Gio doesn't know this. I think I mentioned it a little bit, but I did acting and stuff. Yeah, and I understand how it is. It's crazy. Were you like under any sort of pressure or anything?
No, other than that I knew it was a big audition. I'd never heard of it before, but they had the books and stuff, and they said this is really big, and we think it's going to be really big here in the United States, and so I was excited, and I was like, oh, okay, this is great. And little did I know it was going to be 15 years.
Yeah, and it's still going too. That's pretty crazy.
So, and then my original take on it was, like he was a slacker, like a surfer dude, But I didn't want to go full on like Bill and Ted's, adventure, like whatever, dude.
Yeah.
And so if you listen to those early episodes, you can kind of hear it in there.
Yeah.
He's more like, whatever, what a drag.
Yeah.
and there's just a hint of sort of surfer California dude.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I didn't want to be too caricature with it, so I kind of toned it down. And then it just sort of developed into the sort of lazy ninja that we all know and love now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's personally. I find that really cool. How you guys do that. I got like 4 merchandise or something like that. Like I had the shirt, I had the costume, I got the a poster over there, 2 Funko Pops. It's just like.
If only I had a nickel for all the things.
And I know Gio's got some stuff too. I'm aware of that. He's been telling me. It's pretty cool.
We don't get nothing for any of that.
Really? Oh wow. Oh.
Which is okay. I mean,
Yeah, true.
It is what it is.
All right. Well, Gio, you could go on with the next one then.
Alright. Do you play any of the Naruto games?
No. They don't give us the games. I did request one once, and I gave it to my nephew. And he was kind of like, oh, okay, cool.
Little did he know he was like getting it from like the actor and all. Oh, I mean, I'm sure he probably knew, but like
he knew, but crazy. There's something about with your family they can't.
Yeah.
They can't like it can't be a big deal. Like if I'm involved in it, it's probably lame.
Well, that's still pretty cool. I mean, I could just imagine.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, no, I haven't. I do play video games. I do have a PS4 system,
Yeah.
and but I like games more like Fallout,
Oh, cool.
Mafia, and sort of games like that.
What?
Far Cry, those kind of games.
Oh.
And I like the single player where you can play through a story and kind of build
Yeah.
up skill and stuff like that. I hate sort of multiplayer games. I'm not a big fan of that, and it's mostly because the people that are playing are. It can be the Wild West out there. I almost want
Yeah, me and Gio personally play a lot of those kind of games.
Yeah, it's just I can't believe the level of sort of rudeness of
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
out there. And I'm an okay player. That's why I like to play by myself because then I'm not getting criticized like, "Oh, you suck, man."
That's a good point. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like with me and Gio, we tend to like play like right, but like we it's because normally that's what keeps us going. Me and Gio like when you get that's what I like about online games. When I get talk trash, I want to like grow in the game, and
Yeah.
and then I can smack them, and then they
trash, and I don't like being trash talked to.
Yeah.
I prefer if we're on a team or something where we're
Yeah.
working together, and even if I'm not up to the skill level that you are, then you'd be like, okay, hey dude, come over here now, squat. You just keep an eye on this
Yeah.
corner, and I'll take this.
No.
I'm like, great, okay, I'll follow instructions. I'll listen to you.
Yeah, that's what I find
That
pretty
kind of
cool.
thing.
No, and
But usually it's not that at all. So, and I've done a couple of times where I've been in online and playing in a big game like in Call of Duty or something, and get to talking with some of the people, and then I'll say, well, I'm Shikamaru Nara on
They're like, what?
Naruto, and they're like, no way.
Yeah.
no,
No,
no way, man.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
No, man, it's like I said, me and Joe are like crazed out right now. Like me, I'm like, cause I have a friend, right? My sister's boyfriend is like really into anime, and he got me hooked on Naruto. So I was like, all right, so guess what? I really just got Shikamaru Nara like on my podcast, and it's like so insane. It's like an insane feeling,
What's his name?
Christian.
Christian.
Yeah.
Christian. Whatever.
And he's gonna be watching this video too, so that's even better. Oh, that's crazy. Thank you so much. I literally just finished playing Jump Force right now. Well, I don't think Shikamaru comes out in it, but still, I also have Shinobi Striker and all those other ones. They're fun.
Yeah. I've recorded all the voices for them.
I know.
Yeah. Really? You're gonna pick me? Stuff like that. Ready Player One.
That's cool, man. All right, well, I guess we can continue with the next one then.
Right. What have you been up to in quarantine?
Well, I do have a day job. I do work. I work for a production company.
Mm-hmm.
Although we're not really producing anything because of the whole thing. But there's stuff to do at the office.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing some recording. I've done some Boruto, and I've had to get COVID tested to go into the studio. Of course, in the early days, I really was just locked down in the house. I was very good about it. I didn't. My wife's very serious about it. She's working from home now, and so we've been very cautious and careful, and try not to take too many risks and avoid people when we can, large groups and stuff, and like I said, I gone into the studio, but it's really great when you think about it. Voiceover work is so good for this because, like, I go out, I get in my car, I sit in the car, and then I text them, I say I'm here, and they go, okay, somebody will come and get you. I put on my mask and my gloves, I got my own iPad, I got my own headsets, and I come in, they walk me into the studio, I go in, they'll adjust the mic to my height, and then they get out of there, close the door. Then I take the mask off, take my gloves off, and then it's like I'm completely cool, and I do the recording. The engineer sits behind the glass. A lot of times the director will zoom in to the session and to sort of kind of oversee it all, and it goes pretty well. And so then we'll do my whole session, and then they'll get somebody to come get me out. I walk to the car, I get out of the building, and I'm good. And then what they do is they don't schedule actors right after each other, so they let the room sit for a
Yeah.
while, and then they wipe down the room and do all that stuff, and it's been working pretty well. And I've probably gone in since the COVID thing happened. I've probably had 4 recording sessions for Boruto, so that's it's pretty good. And I've been trying to set up a booth in my house, and it finally it took me a little while, but I had the stuff, but I just didn't feel it was up to professional quality to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So now I've invested in a really expensive mic, a Shure mic, about $400, and then I got like an amplifier and stuff, and I built this little thing in my closet that it's actually a pretty good little booth, I think. And so now, and I have a line that I can run, so I can get internet directly to my computer when I'm in the booth, and I have yet to try it because I'm kind of nervous about it, but next time they bring me in for a Boruto, I might say, would you rather try and do this setup that I have at home and see what they say. But I'm a little nervous because, their time is money, and they're trying to get the show done, and it might be easier for them. I like Miley, who is Naruto, she does it all from home. So, and several of the other people are doing that same thing, and they basically take a closet in your house and adapt it. But you become somewhat of an engineer that way.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I am not an engineer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they can come in and kind of show me what to do, hit the start button, record, it's good. But
like, can you send someone in?
It's really it's kind of but again, I haven't really tried it. I got to find a guinea pig and just really kind of set it all up and run it and see if I can do it.
Yeah. So. I mean, that's still pretty cool. I mean, it really is the perfect job for like this kind of thing right now. I mean, you could.
Yeah, and like I say, it's so well done at the studio. I actually don't mind going in. I don't know if they mind having me.
Yeah.
They're like, the only way we're gonna get this guy to record is to have him come in.
Yeah.
Because I know they're doing everybody else at home. So, we'll see. We'll see when the next one is. Because now I just went in on Tuesday, and I did like 5 or 6 episodes, so they might have me kind of blocked out for a while. Like I might be okay, because they have to record everybody and put the show together and the whole thing. So I might be way ahead, because when I was recording my episodes Tuesday, like Naruto, Miley hadn't laid down her tracks yet, so that's how I know. Like usually when they really need me and they're behind, like they're trying to finish an episode, you can tell, because when you go in there, everybody else's voice is already in, and then I'm the last piece of the puzzle, so they're really just trying to get that episode fixed and sent out and ready to go. But this case, no, I was the only voice that had laid down so far. Yeah. So I think it's just how they time it sometimes. So it might be a while. It might be like a month, maybe a month and a half before they call me back. So.
Yeah,
and I think we're on episode 130 with Boruto now, so.
Yeah, I got you. It's still pretty cool. I mean, I find it pretty cool. I don't know. I feel like it's like a perfect job for this kind of thing right now.
Absolutely. I mean, in this industry, it's probably the safest thing you can be doing right now. Although I've been seeing, a lot of the new fall shows have started, and they were all filmed during the COVID. So
I've seen that too.
How are they doing these group scenes and stuff? It's you can kind of tell, like on some of the game shows and stuff, they pull the audience out, or they put a fake audience.
Yeah, like the NBA and the NFL. Well, actually, I don't know about the NFL. I haven't really been watching it. I stopped watching as soon as the Cowboys.
They're doing it with camera coverage, and some stadiums allow some people in, so they do have a little bit of a crowd. But yeah, I remember watching. It wasn't the World Series, but it was like the playoffs in baseball.
Yeah.
And maybe it was NFL. Maybe it was like the first weekend. But anyway, one of the announcers made a comment, like, because there was a call on the field, and it was somewhat like close, like, oh, maybe he was inbounds or out of bounds or something like that. Mm-hmm. And the crowd kind of booed, and the guy said, oh, the fake crowd really hates that.
That's pretty good.
But like, do you guys watch The Masked Singer?
Actually, I was gonna start watching it. I watched like a little bit of it the other day, but honestly, I don't really haven't watched it.
They're just using clips of the audience from seasons prior.
Oh, really?
They have a lot of stock footage of all the audiences they've had, because I think there's no audience there. I think they're sort of tricking us, and it's really clever how they do it. It's just the way they set up the camera and the way they kind of and then they do cutaways to the audience, but I think they're reacting to other performers from other seasons, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
They're not really there. But you got to say, it's pretty cool how they've adapted. But that's, everybody gets to keep working, and everybody's watching TV right now, and they're watching streaming. So it's a really good time to be in that.
Yeah.
If you can provide content, I think it's a good time to be out there. So.
Yeah. Like, especially with the anime, as soon as this whole quarantine started, I binged anime. I started My Hero Academia, all this and this. I found my favorite anime, Death Note. No disrespect to Naruto, it's great, but still, it's I mean, I just been binging anime now. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, we could go with the next one then. Joe.
Wait, which one were we on? No, I'm sorry. Number 4. What did you have to wait? What did you have the most fun in acting? Boruto, Naruto, or Naruto Shippuden?
I think Shippuden was. I don't know. They're all good.
Yeah.
In Boruto, I just basically explain everything, so it's kind of.
Sorry.
There's not a lot. I mean, in Shippuden, I did a lot of fighting, and got to kind of like that heat-on fight. I don't know.
Oh yeah, with the
fun series.
Weird Basuma.
It's pretty crazy, and we had a lot more. I was a lot more involved in the action, so I would say Shippuden was really the one where he's a little bit older, and we did a lot more stuff, and I thought that was really fun.
That's pretty cool.
And now, like I said, I'm still in the show, which is great. But I'm more of the advisor to the Hokage, and I'm kind of a little bit older, and it's and I basically just explain Boruto is going to be heading out with his team and trying.
It's like
explain what they're going to do, and then at the end of the episode, I go, "It was successful."
It's like what's her name? I don't remember her name, but it was like Tsunade's friend, or it's like the
Lady
same thing.
Tsunade?
Yeah. I don't remember her name. The one with the guinea pig.
Yeah. She was like her advisor.
Yeah. It's like that now with Shikamaru. And that's pretty cool. I've been seeing a lot of people saying that Shikamaru is a better friend to Naruto than Sasuke. And I mean, they got a point, or at least online.
It's kind of one of those things. I never had an issue with Naruto.
Yeah.
Right? Shikamaru wasn't necessarily his best friend in the early days, but I never gave him a hard time. If you remember, my best friend is Choji.
Yeah.
And Choji was, he was a little overweight, and people picked on him, and Shikamaru was like, "Hey, that's not cool, man." And he'd always kind of help defend Choji, and Choji and he were really good friends.
Yeah. And
I wasn't that. I think there's actually an episode in there where I say to Naruto, "I'm sorry if I'd known you were so lonely." I would have reached out to you more. I wasn't mean to him as a kid, but he wasn't in my circle of friends.
He's more like an acquaintance.
Well, I found him an annoyance.
Yeah.
Remember, I'd be like, Naruto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he never listens. Stuff like that.
Yeah,
but again, I wasn't mean to him, but I wasn't super friendly with him either. And so I think now. Our relationship is really strong. And you think about it, Sasuke and he were fighting for 9 years or whatever.
Yeah, Naruto was over here trying to get Sasuke to be friends with him, and it's
they have patched things up, and it's that relationship is more like a brother.
Yeah.
Right? You can fight with your brother, you can be angry with your brother, but at the end of the day, you're brothers, and you're going to get along. Well, you're going to try and get along, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
And so I think those two are more. It is more of in a way, it's a deeper relationship because of what they've gone through together. But on the other hand, it's more of a family relationship as opposed to a friend relationship. And for me now, it's like I'm just there to help him, and I'm trying to guide him in the right direction. So I feel like I'm his best work friend, you know.
Work friend.
Like right now, it's pretty cool. I mean, for us, we've been like, or this is like off topic. I'm sorry, but
It's all right.
we've been working on this. We just started the podcast. It's like literally like this week you started it, and like
Yeah.
we were just trying to get. I was just trying to get any person, and I knew you were really interactive with your fans because you had followed me back on my main account. I was like, oh, he might actually join the podcast, and then I messaged like. I messaged like Rock Lee, the voice actor for Rock Lee, yeah, and then like Shikamaru, I mean you, and then like a bunch of people, right? Because I was just like, I want to see who I could get, and like you were literally like the first person that came to mind. I was like, oh, I know he's really interactive with his fans, like.
Well, thanks. I try to be, you know, and I haven't been. I mean, this is kind of a new thing.
Yeah.
That's probably something that came out of COVID. I was not part of Instagram before July, you know.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And I don't post a lot of stuff. I had a Twitter account, and I do some stuff on Facebook, but I didn't really have anything for fans or people who love the show.
Yeah.
It's a way to kind of, you know, sort of interact. And so I just set up my Instagram just almost exclusively for that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm up to 700 followers.
Yeah,
now.
720, I think, if I'm correct. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
that was just from July. So
Yeah.
So I also have sort of, I feel like if somebody follows me, I'll follow them.
Yeah. No, that's why I noticed too. I was like, oh my, because I didn't even ask you, and then you like followed me. I was like, that just really, like, you know how I told you about that other guy, Christian, right? Like I was like flexing on him, and it was like on Halloween too, and I was like, he just followed me back, and then and then he's like, okay,
And
cool.
you know, I try and be like, if I got time, you know, if somebody says, hey, can you wish my little brother a happy birthday as Shikamaru? And I go, sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because also on Instagram, you can just hit that button and just go, hey, little brother.
Yeah.
Birthday. What a drag. You got to blow out candles. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'll do that. And then the flip side of that, and I have no problem, and it makes somebody's day, and if they're happy,
Yeah.
it's fun. But I did this, one guy said, hey, can you say happy birthday? And I was like, okay, happy birthday. And I did the thing. And then he came back at me, and he's like, hey, dude, can you say, like, if you haven't signed up for my podcast? And I'm like, so now you want me to promote your thing or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
You asked me to say happy birthday, and I did. And now you're like, I'm not your monkey. You know?
Yeah.
You want me to jump through hoops?
Yeah.
You know,
Gio, did you happen to message him this too?
And now I'm like, hey man, you know.
Oh no, that's so funny.
So, and as far as like being on podcasts and stuff, I'm always willing to do that and, you know, kind of interact with people. And if I've got the time, you know,
No, yeah.
you can't always do stuff, but, and I know like Miley's super busy and
Yeah.
some of the other people work a lot more than I do. But, you know, I figure, oh, okay, if it fits in my schedule, I'll do it. What the heck? You know, it doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah,
So,
I know what you mean.
it's nice that people want to talk to you. So as long as people want to talk to me, I'll talk to them. You know,
Yeah.
that's sort of my policy.
Like that's one thing I noticed too with like the Naruto cast. Like a lot of them responded, or like at least they saw it. Like I know the voice actor for Neji said he was okay with doing it, but like not till like next month because he was packed. And the voice actor for Rock Lee too, which caught me off guard, and he followed me today too. And it's ironic because you know how his like whole thing is like, oh, you gotta train and this and that. He's like, okay, make a post and I'll follow you, right? And I posted it, right, and I got like 100 followers overnight and 600 views on the video. So like I was like,
Nice.
I was like, his advice works. And then he followed me. I was like, it was like it's just like my week has been
He,
made.
like me, is Brian Donovan, I believe is
Yeah.
the name, right? Yeah. And I don't know him. I probably met him in the hall, but I don't really know him.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't do any fan stuff either for a long time. Actually, it was Miley who was kind of twisting my arm to be like, hey, we're doing these signing events. You should join in. And I was like, really? Okay. And then she was like, we got to get you out to some of these conventions. This was before COVID. And I was like, sure, I'd love to. And just FYI to anybody out there listening, you know, people say, why don't I do a lot of conventions? And I'll tell you, because I don't get asked. People do not ask. I've done a few of them, and it was, you know, it was over the years, because now we've been doing the show for 15 years. I got to go to Australia and New Zealand. I did some convention stuff there. But if somebody asks me, I'll, if the schedule is right and I can do it, I'd love to go to Houston for 3 days, or I'd love to go to Florida for 3 days, or New York, or wherever. But when you think about it, it's a very popular show, but if you're going to try and get somebody at your convention, and your convention is Avengers and
yeah, you're not gonna ask someone from Naruto.
All this, that, and the other thing, and then when you get into just regular animation, it's those kind of shows, SpongeBob or whatever.
Yeah.
You're gonna go, oh, Naruto's popular. We want Sakura,
Sasuke,
Naruto,
and
Boruto, or Sasuke.
Yeah.
And okay, there's our budget.
Yeah. No, like one thing I noticed too.
Like then they go Rock Lee. Everybody loves Rock Lee, and I love Rock Lee too.
Yeah.
He's a great character. So then you start getting into the second tier people, and this is a show that's been around for a while, so we do have a big fan base. But I also think it's like, it's been around for a while. You know, we're not the new, fresh, young thing that everybody wants to be a part of. People are. It's funny with Netflix.
Hold up, it cut out. Oh no. Joe, is it working for you? It kind of just froze for me. Oh no! No. Okay, hold up. That's.
So
I just
if you want me to come to your convention back when they start doing them again, talk to the promoters. Just write to them and say, hey, can we get some Naruto people? And specifically, can we get Tom and Brian and and then hopefully they'll reach out to us and we can work something out. So
that's pretty cool. I mean, I see what you mean. Okay, well, before this goes over time, Gio, go on for the next question. I just realized, I was like, man.
You want to get through 10 questions and see I'm a blabbermouth. So.
No, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, it's like, it's making my day. I just don't want to go over time for you, because I know you said you only had an hour, so I'd rather just let it.
Well, 6:20 would be an hour, so we're good.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot. Oh. Sorry, it's because I was counting it from like 7. I was like, we have like 10 minutes. Alright, well, alright, go on then. Go on.
Alright, do you own any Naruto merch?
I own a couple of the Shikamaru, little figurines, and I own the action figure, and I owned some of the cards and stuff, and my mom has a little Naruto stuffed.
Shikamaru, or plush?
Yeah, it's not a stuffed animal, but something you put on your bed kind of thing, a stuffed Naruto.
Yeah.
Not a Naruto, a Shikamaru, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
She has my character, even though she has no idea what the show is.
Yeah, I feel like someone would go to her house. Oh, you're a Naruto fan? What's that? That's my son.
Yeah, it's my son, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I find that really cool.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
I just have a few things, and I know, I got a Funko Pop that's coming out. It's been delayed because it was supposed to be out.
I heard that, yeah. The Shikamaru one? Is that what you're saying?
But supposedly there's a Funko Pop coming right around the corner. So, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, wait, what is it of? Or are you not allowed to say?
It's a Shikamaru.
Oh, I'm buying that. I'm just letting you know. It's like...
Yeah, I'm gonna get one too.
We're buying those. Like, I have a pop wall over there.
Another
Huh? Oh, no, sorry.
Signing when it comes out, too, so we'll do a version of it if you want. There's two companies that are looking to do sort of special events with that, but it's got to be released first, so...
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Right now...
They've already reached out. I should put out there, the real Tom Gibis on Instagram. And if you follow me, because when I get information about stuff like that, I will put that up. So people can then figure out what company is promoting it, where, when, how much will it cost.
We'll put that link we'll put the link for his account in the bio, guys. So if you guys are here, go ahead and go follow him. He is such a good guy. Yeah, I mean, he's great with his fans. I
might follow you back.
Yeah, more than likely. So that's pretty cool, guys.
And I might respond to your
offer to a podcast.
Nah. Now I'm going to get 300 people going.
Oh, we don't got that many viewers. We don't got that many viewers. No, but still, I mean, that's pretty...
So I have to say, I don't do them all, and then that way you can feel lucky if you get one. But.
Yeah. Yeah, see? All right,
Look,
good.
it all boils down to this. If it's easy and I got time, I'll do it. If it's not, like if I got to go to my mic setup and hook up my computer and plug in my this and that and do it, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think someone's coming. All right, go on with the next one.
Alright, do you watch any anime?
No, I mean, when I was a kid, I did. There was a
Yes.
show, and I just loved it. And it was called Battleship Yokohama, something like that. And then they kind of changed the name too, like Star Rangers or something. It was a good show, and I remember following it quite closely. And it was episodic, and it was like this Battleship Yokohama. Yokohama? That's somebody's going to correct me, but it was the Earth was under attack by aliens, and they took an old battleship, like in the ocean, and they converted it into a spaceship, and then they had a team of guys and pilots and stuff that were going to go out there and meet the enemy head on. And it was sort of like Earth's last hope, on this battleship in space. It was really fun. I don't know if it still holds up today, but if you can, try and do a Google search and kind of, it's cool. All right. Star Rangers is what they might have called it here in the United States. But I kind of remember it being called Battleship. Battleship Yokohama, something.
Oh, never mind.
Anyway, I loved that show when I was a kid.
Yeah, I was gonna ask something, but then I realized that it's a later question. So, all right, Joe, you can go on with the next one.
All right. How was it on the Justice League cartoon?
That was a fun experience, and you know why it was fun? Because one, that's original animation. So when we went into the booth, there was nothing done. So whatever you did in the booth, they were going to animate around. Oops, did I lose you guys? There we go. They're going to animate around you. So that was kind of fun. They showed us pictures of the character, And the other thing that was really fun is almost everybody that was in the Legion of Doom, we had a lot of scenes together. So they had us all in the booth at the same time. And that was fun because you could kind of see everybody kind of perform the role and stuff. And also my character was kind of a little goofy, and it was fun to have an audience.
Yeah.
Like they sort of really kind of responded to the things I was doing.
Yeah, no.
And they were like, "Wow, man, that's great." You don't get that kind of feedback from your peers. You get it from the director, or you get it from the engineer, and then sometimes you don't even know if the director's saying, "Hey, that's awesome." You go, "Yeah, okay." You say that to everyone. I'm doing my job. But when you have somebody who's sitting next to you and is kind of trying to hold his chuckle back, so it doesn't ruin the take.
Yeah.
You go, "Okay, I guess I'm doing all right." So it's and it was fun to see like the other guys' work too. Like you really get a sense of how they approach the material. And so that was kind of fun. Like it was a real communal sort of experience. I thought they were going to do more of those because when we were in there doing it, they were talking about how this cast was really fun, and they were talking about like maybe they would make a whole series of DVDs or something. But you have to start with one and see what happens. And I don't know what happened, but they didn't make any more of them with our group anyway. So. There might be some, because the Justice League movies started coming out after that, so they might have wanted to pull back on some of that stuff. I don't know. Yeah, but,
all right, it's a good thing I didn't ask that, because I was gonna ask that exact question, and then it like pops up right next. So I was like, it was like I nearly gave away the next question. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was doing my research the other day. I was looking through all the stuff you've been in, not in a stalkery way or anything like that, just like in general.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let's see what I could ask him. And I saw you're in like that, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that, and I just been doing my research on a lot of the people that I'm hopefully gonna get in the podcast.
Well, that's the way to do it.
All right, well, you can go on the next one then. That's pretty cool
though. Did you play anyone else in Naruto?
I've played several characters in Naruto, but nothing. What they do with the main cast is they don't let you play anybody big. like that has an integral part to the story. So I'll be like ninja number 4, or I'll be, guard at the, whatever, the fortress or something like that, or fighter number 7, that kind of thing. And then we'll also, because they just need to fill in sound sometimes, so they'll say, oh, it's a street fair, we just need background noise. So can you just do some voices in the background, and you you can't really hear it, but you just sort of, it sounds like noise, just people talking and stuff.
Yeah.
So, you'll do like something that you need to do something that's different than your main character voice. So it can't be like Shikamaru. So I'd be like, Mommy, can I have a balloon?
Yeah.
That's over there. And so then you never quite hear it. It's just sort of in the background.
It's like there.
So
It's there. That's pretty cool.
Things like that. So we do a lot of. I don't know if we even give credit on those, especially like, you're guard number 3, and you'll have 3 lines, and then you'll just be like, "Sir, there's a ninja attack in the west quarter."
Yeah.
It's something that sounds different than Shikamaru.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah. All right. Well, we could go on the next one.
Who's more relatable to their character?
Like in the cast.
What do you mean?
Like in the
relatable?
Like in the cast, who's like personalities like closest to the character and. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because we're a big cast, but because you just record by yourself, you don't really interact with them very much. I've met Robbie Reese, who plays Choji, a couple of times, but I wouldn't, I'd have to remind him if I met him on the street, like, oh, I'm Shikamaru, and he'd be like, oh, hey, man, what's up?
that's pretty crazy because you guys are like best friends in like the show and like.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty strange.
And, like Ino is Colleen Ashanaze, and I've met her once. The entire run of the whole 15 years, I've met her once. So, and it's funny. It's just like, because she's also who's the little kid that follows Naruto around?
Konohamaru.
Yeah.
So she played him as a little boy too, and she was Ino, and she does a bunch of other little roles. And, we went down to a anime expo in Anaheim. Oh, maybe the 3rd year that the show was going. Like, we were really big at the time.
Yeah.
And they brought almost the whole cast down because we all live in LA, and this was just in Anaheim. So it was just 20 minutes. So Colleen and I actually rode down together, and so and Robbie was supposed to go with us. And I thought, well, this is great. We're all friends in the show. We should talk. But Robbie couldn't go. At the last minute, he couldn't go. And then, so Colleen and I rode down and did the convention, spent a couple hours down there, and then we drove back. And then I've never seen her again.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty crazy.
It's just the nature of this business, It's just, if I saw her again, I'd be, oh, hey, that'd be it. You don't really interact with people too often.
That's pretty strange.
Miley and I were friends before we ever did the show.
Oh, really?
Miley and I used to do improv in Minneapolis back in the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And at a little theater there in Minneapolis, and we were both hired, and we made money. We were professional improvisers, and we worked together. And then when I moved out to LA, she moved out a couple of years later, and then we'll have Thanksgiving kind of stuff with friends out here. Mm-hmm. She'd be there. She's part of that group of friends that all kind of know each other, and we all hang out together. And then it's just weird that we ended up on the same show. And it's even weirder that we ended up being like friends on that same show.
Yeah, I know. It's
quite a bit. And now in Boruto, it's basically my scenes are with her, and that's it. We go back and forth.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny,
Yeah. That's pretty strange. That's like
the odds.
Yeah, and it's so weird because like in the show you're like friends with Choji and like Ino is your teammate.
Yep.
It's like that's pretty crazy, and it's like in like the kid Naruto you barely really interact with Naruto, so that's pretty strange.
Yeah. But it's funny because at the time I was, I was seeing Miley with my group of friends. I'd see her all the time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh yeah, we're on the show together. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's still pretty cool, man. Well,
Yeah.
next one, I guess.
Alright, this is the last one. How do you think Shikamaru and Shikadai's relationship is?
Oh, Shikadai and Shikamaru's relationship is what you're asking about. I actually think they have a pretty good relationship, and I think that they seem to have a very sort of healthy relationship. They talk and they play games. I mean, it's not always perfect, but I think their little family is pretty good, as opposed to like Naruto and Boruto.
Yeah,
who
where
have a
the-
lot of conflict. Yeah. And I mean, if anything, I think Shikamaru gives his son a little too much credit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's a good boy. He's going to do good. It's like, well, is that the dad talking or is that the advisor to the Hokage talking?
Yeah.
You know? So, but I think we have a good relationship, and Tamari is the mother. And, you know, it all works. I think it's all. When you think about it, Shikadai's uncle is Gaara. You know,
That's okay. That's my favorite character right there. And Gio and I had like a whole conversation about whose childhood was more scarring. It was like him or Naruto. Honestly, I don't know. I prefer Naruto. I think I'm a bit biased, I'll admit, but still, I think Gaara had it rougher.
Naruto's a little bit more relatable because, and I don't think Naruto ever harmed anybody.
Yeah.
I don't think he let his nine-tail actually. I mean, harmed a good person. You know, he's gone after people that have tried to kill his friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But whereas Gaara was, you remember when he first came on the show, he was kind of a bad guy.
Yeah, and then
you know,
Oh, you good?
and he was going to kill Naruto at one point, which I prevented.
Yeah.
And that whole little showdown at the hospital, I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah. The one where they're all there.
Yeah, Liam O'Brien plays Gaara on the show.
Wow.
And he's a real nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he also does the voice of, he used to, well, I don't know if he's still doing it, but do you remember the pistachios? The little commercial?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He was the voice that was like, it's a pistachio.
Alright, I swear someone's gonna clip this and put this like as an overlay. They're gonna be like, Shikamaru is now the voice of pistachios. That's pretty funny.
And so he did that for a while. Anyway, I would see Liam in the hallways, you know, at the recording session every once in a while, and I'd be like, Gaara. And then he'd look at me and he'd go, Shikamaru.
That's pretty funny.
Pass each other, you know?
Yeah.
Give each other kind of dirty looks, and then we'd laugh.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
I haven't seen him in a long time, though.
Okay, so I know he said it was the last question, but I thought of one and it's just like, oh my god, I've had it in my head. Do you watch any anime?
We talked about it a little bit earlier.
Do we?
Do I watch any current anime? I gotta say, no, I don't really watch.
No?
I don't know what's out there or what's
what's
hip, what's cool. I know. Oh well, let's see. I don't know if you have you guys seen the other show that I do, the Fortress.
I haven't seen it. I saw it on your bio, and I was telling him, I was like, "Have you watched this?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe." He said it sounded familiar, but I haven't watched it personally.
You could check it out. It's kind of fun. I mean, watching it while doing it, like it's interesting because it's like more. You know, there's a zombie apocalypse, and we're on this train, and so it's not really. This is an anime that I watch, but it's like of shows I've done. I thought this is really interesting.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And there's not that many episodes. They did one season, and then we did like 3 or 4 follow-up episodes, and then it's kind of done.
Yeah.
And I think you can only get it like on Crunchyroll or something, but it's fun. It's like, I mean, it's intense. There's a zombie apocalypse. We're on this train. The survivors on the train. We'll pull into a town, see if we can find survivors. And the train just keeps rolling. And the train just keeps rolling. And I play an engineer on the train. And, you know, my motives are, like, we keep going. And if you can't make it back to the train, I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's very, like, I don't care, man. It doesn't, you know. This train leaves at 4 o'clock. You're not on the train. This train leaves at 4 o'clock because I'm not risking my life for you.
Yeah.
You can't tell time.
Well, I'll probably check that out then. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, and we have, being part of the engineer crew, we have to keep the train running. So there's a lot of scenes where, as the train is moving 70 miles an hour down the track, we're hanging from the bottom and trying to repair the train while it's running. And there's zombies trying to attack the train. And then there's the guys that are trying to defend the train. Those are like the stars of the show.
Yeah.
And they defend the train, and if you get bit, that's it. They put you down. It's
wow.
Pretty intense.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. I would definitely probably watch
cool.
that.
It's very horror genre. It's very like Walking Dead.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of thought, oh, that's kind of a cool one. You know?
Yeah.
I thought that might actually do more, but it never ended up getting any airtime anywhere other than like you can go on Crunchyroll, and I think you can subscribe, and then you pay. I don't know.
No, Crunchyroll's free. I'm pretty sure, right, Joe?
Yeah, but then they have some stuff where you have to pay. I don't know. Yeah. Again, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm just into things.
He's like, I'm just an actor. I don't really know about all that.
I know for a while the only way you could see it is buying the DVD box set, and they were charging like $90 for it, and I was like,
wow.
You know what? If you put this on the air, people would end up buying the box set. But if you don't put it on the air, they don't know what it is, and they're not going to invest that kind of money for it. You know? So it's that was a little disappointing. But
so that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, I recommend that show.
I will. I'll probably end up watching that. Oh my god! Right now I'm juggling through like 7 different animes. It's crazy. I have like nothing to do.
Out there.
Yeah, it's like.
That's free out there.
I'll definitely check that out though.
And Battleship.
Gotcha. The
Yamamoto.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I'll search a Battleship.
I keep changing the name. I think I'm not even sure.
Well, I think you said something earlier on like English or like not English, but like more like an American kind of sounding name. I don't know what it was. It was like.
Yeah, they called it Star Ranger.
Yeah, that.
Like that.
Oh yeah.
And I think they had a theme song like "Our Star Rangers."
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. All right, well, I guess about now we should be wrapping it up. We thank you a lot. Me and Gio, I know Gio and me are really like happy to.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks, guys, and good luck with your show, and hopefully you'll get a ton of followers.
Thank you.
At the real Tom Gibis, you can
check the bio, guys.
Follow me and check it out, and I'll follow you back. And as long as you don't ask for too much, I'll try and give you what you want.
All right. Can you do me a favor real quick? I know you just said that, but can you do me one favor? This is for Gio, because I told him because you already did mine. I don't remember. I think it was on my alt account. You were like live with Miley. And I was like, can you say Miguel's not a drag? And then I like recorded it, and I've been like showing it to everyone. I'm like, look, he said this, and I'm so happy. I'm pretty sure it's a Halloween though.
Gio is totally a drag.
No.
Thank you. You're the best. All right. Well, other than that.
Gio is not a drag. Whatever, man. Doing podcasts can be such a drag. I'd rather be laying outside looking at the clouds go by.
All right.
No. I gotta talk about anime conventions. Ugh.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I hope to make maybe some other day we could do another one, but that's who knows.
Sure.
But
let me know. Like I say, if I'm free, I'll do it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm probably gonna get out the call already, but thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Have a good day.
Appreciate it.